And our first stop will definitely be here in Nigeria, West Africa to be precise. And that will be the Punch newspaper right there on the front page of the Punch newspaper. I'm certain that you can see that header all clear. Yes, governors dump Buni back Bello as confusion reigns in APC. So there's this seeming confusion that's actually been going on. It's been festering, according to many, and they are talking about the confusion that's ongoing in the leading political party currently. And the question simply is, who are you going to back? So you have some people who are dumping some, and some will move into the other side. So it's a bit confusing, but that's one story you might want to take a deeper look into. Page 2 gives you the insight. Make sure you pick up the Punch to read some more. I don't know Buni's position. I have Buhari's blessing, says Niger governor. Buni remains chairman. Governors behind him on treatment abroad, according to aid. No change of leadership in APC, declares caretaker panel secretary. So you have everyone who's is speaking from different sides of the mouth concerning this issue. So you could pick up and read about that. On that picture there, you can see the man, the most wanted. I'm talking about Abba Kyari, drug ring. Kyari, others remanded, co-accused plead guilty. You can see the pictures there where he's coming down from, coming out of the courtroom, and the case has actually been adjourned until a later date. Igbo can't leave Benin Republic despite release, his lawyer says, and we also mentioned that here this morning. Missing ladies, cops recovered. BRT driver arrested, lawyers tackle Lagos. We're going to look at this story later on. We'll take an incisive look into this story in the course of the program. Alaji lied. Fale resigns. 2 million naira UK transfer. False spokesperson. What's that story about? Make sure you check it out at page 30. Let me quickly breeze through some of the top stories as well that you would find, or some of the big news inside of the Punch. NNPC moves to acquire federal government's power plants, meets BPE. Check that story out. Customs bound to pressure suspend e-evaluation of imported vehicles. And National Assembly may suspend Electoral Act amendment sought by Buhari. That's another story you might want to check out when you pick a page or pick the paper, the Punch, and make sure you read through.
All right, from the Punch, let's head to New Vision in Uganda this morning. Now, the New Vision talks about Women's Day special. There's this particular story, an article on page 27 talking about the Women's Day, how men can cope with empowered women. That's what they say at the upper part here. But the major story is talking about Ugandans rush for NSSF cash. Ugandans rush for NSSF cash. Only 41,000 savers qualify for midterm. That's on pages 6 and 7. Now you can see this picture here. You can see the workers as they are being validated. And what's going on here? This is all happening because they are qualified for the 20% midterm access. Now this happened in Kampala yesterday as they were applying for their benefits. You can go into the papers for more story from the New Vision. Also in the New Vision, on the right-hand side, you see over 30 outstanding women to be honored at Kololo today. That's what it's saying this morning. You can also see on pages 13, 14, and 15. First Lady, UK, US envoy on women empowerment. It's all about women over the papers this morning. All over the papers is talking about women. The last story here, Museveni bans land evictions. That's what it's saying. But you can get more on that from the New Vision in Uganda.
All right, away from the New Vision, let's take you straight to Newsday, because that's where we're going. In Zimbabwe, inflation triggers job carnage. Inflation triggers job carnage. Now that's the big header there on the front page of Newsday, and it says a total of 314,304, if I'm right, according to the figures that we see here. It talks about the jobs that were lost during the fourth quarter of last year. After the country experienced high inflation levels, leaving employers with no choice but to downsize. The Zimbabwe National Statistics Agency, that ZimStat, has revealed in its latest report. So that's the latest report there, and it tells you that there is problem, no job, no work. Well, let's see what we have on the front page there. Picture, spike wielding riot, something about the officers, police officers surround an illegal commuter bus. And you also want to get that story where you pick a paper, that paper Newsday, to read some more. ZEC and another voters roll Garth, another story there. It talks about Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. Remember, we talked about this yesterday as well. Well, at this time, ZEC has further exposed its inefficiency after it accepted NDC Alliance candidate Gideon Mangina's nomination papers for Kulumani constituency in Bulawayo, but disqualified him from voting. Imagine accepting a candidate. And then you go ahead and disqualify. So
why?
Chamisa was making a good point when he said the ZEC surely has a problem. Sorry, but this is quite. It's something that you want to laugh at.
I mean,
like,
when you reminisce,
really serious?
When you reminisce on what happened in 2018, and it seems history is repeating itself again. Fast forward to 2022, it is a situation that we will be monitoring very closely. Now, let's wrap up the newspaper segment this morning with a look at Business Day. Now, Business Day in Nigeria this time around is talking about the International Women's Day. IWD, it says Nigerian women face uphill task of breaking bias. That's what it's saying here this morning. You can see some stakeholders. Well, this was at the DMO's Organization Design Workshop in Abuja just yesterday, but there's more details from Business Day this morning. Now, news analysis, it says the geopolitics, economics spurring oil rally to 13-year high. Now, during the beginning of the year, there were predictions that there will be a high demand for oil, but as it is now, because of the ongoing war in Ukraine and Russia invading Ukraine right now, oil has gone to a 13-year all-time high of $130 to $140 per barrel. Now, this is a time when countries like Nigeria should take hold or maximize the opportunity, and fuel shouldn't be scarce in the country. If the oil we're exporting right now is being sold for $130 per barrel, Joe, I see no reason why we have this next story on page 2 of Business Day talking about more misery awaits Nigerians as fuel queues persist, subsidy to rise. Joe, right now, crude oil is high. I mean, that means we can sell it at a good price and get it in so we can have it affordable for everybody. Yet, it seems to be that the final product, petrol, PMS, is a scarce commodity in the country right now. That's on page 2 from Business Day this morning.
All right, so that does it on the front pages of the papers this morning on a Tuesday. We'll go for a quick recap. So let's take a look at some of the top stories we brought to you just in case you missed out on it.